Hey guys, it's Scott with scottieb Cards, and in this video I want to look at all of your favorite players and see how their cards went up or down since the beginning of the Major League Baseball season. All right, like I said in the introduction, I'm looking at all of the important players in the hobby. There are 61 players on this list. That's a lot of players, but I guarantee you I forgot someone you care about or someone who is relevant. You're gonna see some different names on this list. I talk about the same guys over and over, so I wanted to spice it up. I have people like Matt Chapman on here. We have people like Kyle Schwarber. We have all these different types of players, and you're gonna discuss what's happening with their cards. So if they're important in the hobby now, or if they have been in the last few years, I included them. Again, if I forgot someone, I apologize. I'm sure I forgot someone very obvious, but here is my attempt at looking at all of these. I will note I'm doing PSA 10 Bowman Chrome base autographs. All these players basically have one. There's a few players who don't, like Salvador Perez, and so I used like a different rookie card to kind of get an idea. And if they didn't have enough sales of their Bowman Chrome PSA 10 base autographs, I used the BGS 9.5 counterpart. And if I didn't use that, I'll explain why in the video. All right, so let's just jump right into it. So at number 61, we have Luis Robert Jr. He was one of the most hyped up players we've had in a long time. It happened during the COVID boom, which made this card skyrocket. But now you can pick it up for $39 in a PSA 10. Obviously, he didn't have a great year this year, 1.4 WAR or so, but he's 28 next year. People are starting to doubt Luis Robert Jr. Number 60, Adley Rutschman, another guy. He was also hyped. You're going to see that a lot, but he had a very disappointing year this year. A lot of rumors of him being traded from the Orioles. I doubt that happens, but you never know. Number 60, Adley with a negative 112% return on his Bowman Chrome autograph. Number 59 is Corey Seager. He had a 6 WAR season. He had 4.8 WAR, I believe, in Fangraphs WAR, 6 WAR on Baseball Reference WAR, but he's down 110%. I don't know why people don't like Corey Seager right now, but when you see this and a player did really good, maybe it's because of health concerns, it makes you wonder if you should look at his cards. At number 58, we have Corbin Carroll, who actually started the season very, very hot and then cooled down a little bit, but still had a really good year, down 101%. That's just the consequence for having hype heading into a season and then having a normal Corbin Carroll season. People are going to be disappointed unless it's an MVP caliber season. 57 is Jackson Holliday at negative 90.8%. Not super surprising, another really hyped up player who's been fine. Serviceable MLB player, still very, very young. He could turn it around and be a really great contributor for the Orioles and maybe still Hall of Fame path. Who knows? Really early to say not, but also very early to say so. So Jackson Holliday's number 57. At number 56, we have Michael Harris II. So Michael Harris, he started this season at $240. He is now selling for $130 in the PSA 10 for his Bowman Chrome base autograph, down 84.6%. Number 55 is Gunnar Henderson, who had a solid year. He started the year hurt with no oblique issues. He came in late, but he had a really good year still. Not like what we expected from last year, where he was like MVP 3, I believe, maybe MVP 4 in the American League. I think he was 4th behind Judge, Witt, Soto, Gunnar. He had a good year. This year was still a fine year, but a step back. But that's because he started out hurt with an oblique injury, which is tough. But he's down 74.4%. Number 54 is Kristen Campbell. He signed a contract with the Red Sox. You can see he was way up into the season. Started out actually hitting okay. And then he really tanked and dropped off as he got sent to the minor leagues. But he's a Red Sox for a very long time, signed that extension, but he's down 70.2%. 53, Xander Bogaerts, not much to say here. He had an okay year. Not great when you're getting paid $280 million, down 66.9%. 52 is Trey Turner, negative 62.7%, only 3 sales. Take it with a grain of salt. Take everything in this video with a marginal grain of salt, just because, you know, some of these players didn't have a lot of sales, but I'll call it out when I see it. But Trey Turner, he had a good year this year. I think he was like a top 10 MVP finisher. So Trey Turner, negative 62.7%, just shows it's not always about performance, but a lot of like the media hype around the player. We've seen that with Corey Seager, Trey Turner, a couple other players on this list so far, unfortunately. Number 51 is Fernando Tatis Jr., won the Platinum Glove. Did he deserve it? You tell me. Pete Crow Armstrong deserved it over him. Either way, he's a 2-time Platinum Glove winner, which is awesome, but he is down 53%, not great for his cards. Number 50 is Nolan Arenado. See, this one makes sense. This makes sense why he's down 52.7%. He wasn't good. He hasn't been good for a few years, unfortunately. I love Nolan Arenado as a Rockies fan, but he hasn't been great. So pretty obvious, $455 for his last sale. This was in July, though, so he could be up a little bit, but I'd imagine there's not much that he did from July to the end of the season that really benefited his prices. So Arenado could be a buy if you believe in him in the long run. It's a Hall of Famer. Number 49 is Bryce Harper. You know, Dave Dombrowski, he actually said that, I don't know if Bryce Harper has any MVP caliber seasons in him anymore. And maybe baseball card collectors feel the same because he is down 50%, which is crazy. From about $2,800 down to $1,800, but he bottomed out below $1,400. A $1,390-ish sale happened in August. At number 48, we have Ozzie Albies with negative 37.5%. Makes sense as he's becoming just a really good player, but not like a Hall of Fame caliber player, aging out at like the speculation age. Number 47 is Jackson Merrill. Another guy started out really hot, got hurt, and then just kind of tailed off. Had an okay season, maybe a pretty good season really, honestly, compared to other Major League Baseball players, but not good enough according to the hobby standards. He's down 33.8%. Number 46 is Marcelo Mayer, down 24.9%. Another Red Sox prospect. This one doesn't really make as much sense to me as Kristen Campbell in that big drop, but it is what it is. At number 45 is Juan Soto. He only finished the season with 43 home runs and 38 stolen bases. What a bum. I guess they didn't make the postseason, which hurts Juan Soto a little bit. He already has a World Series ring though, so while he should bring one to the Mets eventually, he does have that already, so I don't have to worry about that too much. But he's down 15.9%, starting around $3,000, spiking up here to about $4,400, and now he's down to $2,500. Next up is Carlos Correa, down 14%. He is down big, $50 for his cards. There's a lot of sales. Obviously started at around $60, ended at $50, still negative 14%. But actually was a really, really low sale down here below 30. Makes you wonder if it was like a not a bold autograph or something. But he got as high as the 90s the majority of the season before dropping again as he got traded to the Astros. Number 43 is Cody Bellinger. He had a great year for the Yankees. He had a really, really good year for the Yankees, but he still is down 13.6%, unfortunately sitting at $209 right now. Number 42 is Elly De La Cruz, negative 10.8%. He started out pretty good as well. He was doing really well before also kind of getting hurt and playing through it. Either way, his Bowman Chrome autograph started at about $1,000, ends about $1,000, down a little bit, maybe $1,100, ends at $1,000, which is why it's 10%. But he got as high as $1,400 in the end of March. Number 41 is Justin Verlander, down 8.6%. Once we get below 10% and above 10%, basically flat. Basically flat for Verlander. Number 40 is Mookie Betts, basically flat. He didn't have a great Mookie Betts season, still ended with a 4.8 B WAR, about 3.5 F WAR. That's what starting the season losing 20 pounds because of his sickness and trying to build up that strength the rest of the year. Was one of the top defensive shortstops in baseball, pretty cool, but down about 10%, even though he did win his 4th ring. At number 39 is Bobby Witt Jr., who had 8 F WAR. He was really good play year for Bobby Witt Jr. Another Gold Glove. He still had like a 2030 season, 2040 season. Had a great year, but he is down 7.3%. He could be someone you're looking at this offseason. That's a hint about who I'm looking at this offseason. At number 38 is Spencer Strider, down 6.6%. He is down a little bit, and that's just because, Spencer Strider didn't pitch great, but he wasn't that high to begin with. He's a pitcher. His card is pretty low pop. Pop 63. The pop is over here if you want to look at that for any of these players. But Spencer Strider is down 6.6%. Craig Kimbrell is down 6.1%. He was lower. Craig Kimbrell's career is over, unfortunately. He got traded back to the Braves or signed by the Braves, and they kind of cut him before giving him a chance. Felt kind of bad for him. Either way, Craig Kimbrell is negative 6.1%. Julio Rodriguez had a good year. He was a player I picked to kind of have a good season this year, especially in baseball cards. Started out the season really hot, and now he's down to $850 from about $900 to $850, down 6.1%. Had some really great buying opportunities if you believed in Julio in June and July, where he was about $600 for PSA 10. Now he's back up to $850. I still like Julio. I still really like him and the potential he has at 24, with every single season being at least a 2020 season with 2 30-30 seasons, 6.8 WAR this year. Pulled that off the top of my head. Shows looked at his baseball reference page recently. 35, Ronald Acuna Jr., negative 5.9%. It makes sense, but he looked pretty good at times coming off of an injury. Ronald Acuna, he could be a speculation play, but still about $1,500 for his Bowman Chrome autograph PSA 10. 34 is Mike Trout, flat. He is flat. It makes sense why Mike Trout's flat. He didn't really do much. He at least stayed kind of healthy. He still missed time, but he played a rate like almost a full season. 26 home runs, his lowest OPS plus at like 130, which is still good, but not what you expect from Mike Trout, an all-time talent. 33, Jose Altuve. He gained 4.4%. We're going up. I did not use a Bowman Chrome autograph because he doesn't have one. So I used this Bowman Chrome Draft Refractor and a PSA 10. Very low pop as well of 70. It started around $350, ended around $366. Pretty flat with some good buying opportunities in here, like in the beginning of April. Either way, that's Jose Altuve. Number 32 is Jackson Churio. He is up 4.5%, and that is because of this last sale, basically. We've seen a few go above this line at $600 where it started. That's this line right here. And he ended up around $625. He had some good buying opportunities as well. Like if you look in August, one sold as low as $300. They were selling consistently around $400 to $500 for a while. Number 31 is Garrett Cole. I could not find enough sales data for any of his cards, to be honest. People are holding his cards for good reason, because why would you sell them right now? So I found his Topps Chrome Update base card in PSA 10. It is up 4.5%. I think that's fine, but you can see it's a big U. So he started out at 75, ended at 75, but he actually had a couple sell around $50, even one below $50 in the season. Number 30 is Jackson Churio again. So I guess there's actually 60 players in this particular video. Forgive me there. Number 29 is Rafael Devers. He is up 9.6%. People, I think, are excited in San Francisco for Devers. Obviously, his departure from the Braves was kind of sad, but I think people are looking forward to him in San Francisco being the guy there, and I think that could help his cards, if I'm being honest. Number 28 is George Kirby. He is at 10.6%. He is up, and that makes sense. He had a really great year as well. Number 27 is James Wood. James Wood has had some ups and downs, started around $500, right below $500. He peaked out at $750 in July because he was awesome, had a really tough stretch, and then kind of changed things at the very, very end. Either way, he is up at 11.4%. Then we have Manny Machado at number 26. He had a really good year this year, actually. Manny's doing really well. Arenado is tailing off in his career. Manny is sticking consistent, and it's good to see Manny do well. Not a huge Manny Machado fan, but I don't hate Manny Machado. But he is up 13.4% with his last sale being $576. Number 25 is Pete Alonso. For Pete's sake, he's a person who watches this channel. I did not forget him. You thought I was going to forget him, didn't you? But no, he's here. He's up 14.6% heading into free agency. I hope Pete gets paid with no qualifying offer attached to him. Number 24 is Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He is up 15.6%. I would imagine if there was another sale soon, he would be a lot higher than this after the World Series. Number 23 is Bo Bichette. He also had a great World Series. He was injured. He couldn't move. Still kept hitting. Hit a big home run off of Ohtani. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough as Yamamoto came in and closed everybody out. But he started at around $200, ends up around $255. So he's up 16.5% in free agency. Number 22 is Francisco Lindor. He is up 18.3%. Lindor cards are no longer really cheap. Mets fans are picking it up. Thank you, Mets fans. He deserves to be collected. I don't have any left of Lindor, but I really like Lindor as a player. I've always had a soft spot for him. Number 21 is Clayton Kershaw, and we actually had a recent sale before I recorded, but after I made the presentation deck, I think it was close to the same price. He is up 21%. His career is over, sadly, but what a great pitcher he was. Number 20 is Kenley Jansen. He had a great year. He's kind of solidified himself as a Hall of Famer. You might balk at that comment, but go look where he's at all-time saves list. He's up there. Up 28.3%. He does not have a Bowman Chrome autograph, so I used his PSA 10 base card. $150. Pop 85 for a flagship. Pretty cool. Number 19 is Junior Caminero. We're starting to see some of the names that make sense here. Up 29.6%. A lot of home runs. 40 plus home runs by a 21-year-old, I believe. Be leery of those home road splits and batting average and OPS, but home runs on the road and at home were very similar. That's great. Number 18 is Paul Skeens, only up 30%, which, I mean, it makes sense. He started at $1,300, ended about $2,000. He already had a lot of hype baked in, but Paul Skeens had a fantastic year. One of the best pitching starts I've ever seen to a career. Let's see if his arm can hold up. Number 17 is Matt Chapman. Kind of a random player to include, but I wanted to include players who had hobby relevance at one point, and Matt Chapman did. He had like a 6 to 8 WAR season this year, if I'm not mistaken, according to Baseball Reference WAR, but $75 for his Bowman Chrome PSA 10 autograph. Next up is Freddie Freeman at 34.6%. Only 3 sales. This makes sense. Not much to discuss. Number 15 is Chris Sale, up 38.2%. Started around 65 to 70 bucks. Ends at 130. Had some sales over 200. So if you bought Chris Sale, good for you. Number 14 is Salvador Perez. He doesn't have many cards, not many rookie cards. If you like Salvador Perez, you got your opportunity to pick some good ones. His PSA 10 refractor started about $200, ends up about $342, up 40.3%. Number 13 is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Awesome postseason. It was so good to see Vlad do what Vlad could do. He turned it on, and I think Vlad's going to have a really big season next year because of that. He's up 43.1%, so a really big year for Vlad. I'm happy for him. $850 for his PSA 10 Bowman Chrome autograph. Number 12 is Jacob Wilson. Look at this big spike. He would have been number 1 if we stopped in June, but we play the full baseball season, not just till June, and he's still up 50.2%, but he was way up, like 400, 300% at one time. After that is Christian Yelich. That surprised me. Only 2 sales, though, and the last one is in September, so do what you will with this particular card. Up 50.8%. Aaron Judge, up 55%. Aaron Judge, 3-time MVP. Aaron Judge, this would probably be higher if I ran this after he won the MVP. Started around $3,000, ends around $7,500. So this card's way up, 55%. Good for Aaron Judge and Aaron Judge collectors. Roman Anthony is number 9, which I love Roman Anthony. His advanced metrics looked amazing. Either way, he is at $1,200 now for his Bowman Chrome autograph. He was around $600 when this all started, so pretty good to see that as well. Next up is Tarek Skubal at 61.9%. $550 is his last sale. He started around $200, so good for Tarek Skubal. Next up is Jose Ramirez, about up 64.3%. Good for him. I like Jose Ramirez. Another top 5 MVP finish. He's awesome. He has easily a Hall of Fame path in my opinion. Number 6 is Kyle Schwarber. What a season he had too. Obviously, it didn't quite beat Ohtani, which is hard to do, but either way, he started out really low and he ended up at $355, so good for you Schwarber collectors. Matt Olson is up 70%. I had no idea Matt Olson had that good of a season, but he had a really good season. Probably the best first base season in baseball, above 6 WAR. You could argue other players like Vlad potentially, but good year for Matt Olson. Number 4 is Trey Asad Savage. This one came out of nowhere. Obviously, he came in and just pitched amazingly for the Blue Jays. The last batter, I believe, was Max Muncy and gave up a home run, unfortunately. Maybe it was he faced someone else afterwards. But either way, Trey Savage had a great year. $383 for his PSA 10 Bowman Chrome autograph. That's more than a Chris Sale. Just be leery of that. Not saying like Trey Savage is not a better buy than Chris Sale right now, but you know, Chris Sale's like a Hall of Famer. Trey Savage has a lot to prove, so be careful with young pitchers. Next up is Will Smith, a player I did not have my bingo card. His Bowman Chrome autograph is $301, up 78.4%, followed by Nick Kurtz at 81.2% increase. Also, I love to see Nick Kurtz doing so well. This one makes perfect sense why he's here after one of the all-time rookie seasons ever. I know it sounds dramatic, but it's true. Up 81.2%. Number one is Shohei Ohtani. Was there any doubt? I used his blue Bowman Chrome BGS 9.5 as a true identifier of the market because he does not have many sales of his PSA 10 hitting. This is his pitching. His pitching is up 70%. His hitting, the last sale was 23,000. I bet that one's probably 70,000 for like 60,000 in PSA 10. So he would have been just this high anyways. So I think the blue Bowman Chrome autograph really shows where he's at. That is the list of all of the important players. Again, I probably forgot someone on this list just because it's impossible to remember everybody. Let me know in the comments down below what surprised you the most in this video. And other than that, I will see you in the next one.